And we're joined here today by head women's basketball coach Dave Skolin. The Damon women's basketball team opens their season this weekend down at the Penn State Greater Allegheny Tip-Off Tournament. Coach Skolin joining us today to talk a little bit about the upcoming season. It's going to be challenging, Coach, and sure I don't have to explain to you just because of the fact that you lost 5 key players off of last year's 26-7 team. Leah Zahn, Ellie Allen, Chelsea Andorka, Monica Kozier, and Sam Stanfield, all of whom been in the program for a while and meant a lot to your program. Can you just talk about the challenges that losing players like that presents to you?
Sure, yeah. That's one of the great senior classes that we've ever had here. And to lose them all at the same time is definitely going to be make it tougher for us this year. They led us obviously to a great year last year with like you just said, with the 26 wins in the USCA National Championship, and they're talented inside, outside, pretty much everything. And there was 4 starters, 5 of our top players, and so it will definitely be challenging for us this year. The 2 major obstacles that we need to overcome is our inexperience, our youth, and our lack of size. I mean, this is my 22nd year of coaching, and this is the smallest team I've ever coached, and it's the youngest team I've ever coached. So that's definitely something that's going to be challenging to overcome. But we're fast, and we do have some talent, and I can already see the improvements in preseason just from week to week. But there's we have a lot to learn, and it's definitely going to be challenging.
Now, probably your most experienced player coming back is senior point guard Lindsay Stoddard. She's been in the program for 4 years now. She emerged as a full-time starter for you last year, averaged 9 points a game, led your team in assists. Can you just talk about her development over her 4 years and what she's going to mean to your team this year?
Yeah, well, Lindsay's definitely our leader. She had a great offseason. She worked really hard, and she's always been very talented. And this year we're really going to rely on her. Before we were very balanced last year. We could be balanced again this year, but she's going to look to score a lot more, and she is definitely playing extremely well, both, as I said, in the summer and in the preseason so far. I think she's ready to have a big year, and she's become a great leader for us, too. Something with being the only senior we needed from her, and I think she's been a great example to all our youngsters, all our freshmen, and we're really looking for a big year from her. And then outside of her, like I said, this is her 4th year. As a senior, we don't have that much experience. And Jill Fitzner is a junior, and she's actually injured right now. Hopefully she'll get back soon, but she's not going to be playing at the start of the season. But she's definitely become a leader for us too, and we'll see. I mean, she's been out for a little while, and she's going to be out for a little while, so she will definitely have to have an expanded role once she gets healthy. And then Rayanne Stillwell, who's just played 1 year for us, and is a great super sub for us off the bench, scoring a lot of points. And this year we're just going to need to be consistent, and she's capable. We're going to have to be an up and down team, and I think that's the kind of game that she can thrive in because she's so fast and she can shoot. And we'll definitely be looking to her game in and game out. As opposed to last year, we had so many other people that could do it. And also, Sammy Wozniak's really improved a lot. She worked really hard in the off season, and she's looking good. That's something that last year she was very much a role player for us with all the depth and all the great seniors that we had. But she definitely worked hard in the off season, and she's been looking pretty good.
Now, tell us a little bit about your freshman class. You brought in a number of players. Obviously, with that many departures, recruiting obviously becomes even more important than it normally is. You just talk us through your recruiting class, who you brought in, what you're expecting.
They're going to be called upon for a lot more than maybe any freshman class I've ever had, because we've always had more returning players than we had this year that can really lead them and more experience, but we don't have that this year. Our returning players are young too, so our freshmen are going to be called upon to do a lot, and it's a good freshman class, not a big freshman class in terms of height, but a lot of them will be playing a little bit out of position. And we have Natalie Gallus, who's going to be playing center for us, and at 5'11", I think she'll do a good job for us, but she's really more of a power forward, but we'll try to take advantage of her ability. She can play inside and out, and she's it's gonna be a challenge for her when she's playing 6'2" strong players on the inside. But she's athletic. She can do a lot of things on the court, and we'll be expecting a lot from her. Taylor Heinold, who's really an off-guard 2 or 3. She's going to be playing power forward for us a lot, and then also maybe some 3 as well. And same thing there. I mean, she's a talented player. I think she's going to do very well for us this year, and hopefully when we go against bigger teams, she'll be able to hold her own. And we'll have to take advantage of that on the other end, with them trying to guard her. But she's a very good all-around player. Leah Mcdonald, an athlete, very intense. She's really our most athletic player and our best conditioned player and an intense player. So that's a good combination, all 3 of those things. She plays really good defense, gets out on the break well, and should play well in the up and down game. And Rachel Pollock's a shooter, and it's something that all the freshmen have been called upon pretty heavily this year.
Now, obviously, the big news surrounding Damon Athletics these days is the transition to NCAA Division II. As part of that transition, our teams have joined the East Coast Conference. You're going to be playing pretty much a full Division II schedule this year. Can you just talk about the challenges of joining the conference, a conference that features 3 teams that advanced to the national tournament last year, including a team that lost in the national title game?
Yeah, last year was definitely the best year ever for the East Coast Conference in women's basketball, and it's going to be a challenge. I think that throughout the last however long I've been here and however long the East Coast Conference has been here, I think if you take our team and put us in the East Coast Conference, I think we would do pretty well. And this year, we'll see. Again, I really like our team, but at the same time, with our lack of size and our experience, that's going to make it really challenging this year. So, and I don't know. I know what to expect on paper, but we haven't played we played some of these teams a long time ago. But we haven't played any of these teams in quite a while. So, I haven't seen them yet, and so I don't know exactly what to expect. But I know that I think the biggest difference is that we're not going to be facing. I mean, the level of play is going to be consistently good. We're not going to go into too many games thinking, oh, this is not a very strong team. I mean, everybody we play is going to be a strong team. Non-conference, everybody plays is going to be a strong team. So there's going to be no days off in our schedule, but we're looking forward to it.
Now you alluded to your non-conference schedule. Just so the fans out there know, 20 games will be played in conference play. 6 non-conference games this year, starting this weekend with the Penn State Greater Allegheny Tip-Off Tournament. You'll play 2 USCAA teams there. That'll be the only USCAA teams you play all year. Your non-conference schedule also features NCAA Division II teams, Lemoyne, Holy Family, which is the home opener on November 23rd, Dominican College, and you're renewing your long-standing rivalry with former American Mideast Conference foe, Point Park University. So just tell us a little bit about your non-conference schedule.
Yeah, we start out this weekend with playing a couple of USCA teams. Those are really big games for us because last year we played a lot of USCA teams. So in terms of national rankings, we need to get ranked high enough to get to go to the national tournament. If we don't qualify in a tournament, we're not in a conference in the USCAA. So we need to be ranked high to be able to get there. And those are the only. Last year we played a lot of USCAA teams. This year, being in a conference, we don't have room for that. We play all our conference games and then some other Division II opponents. So it's a really big tournament for us. So because hopefully, we did win the national championship last year. So I think we'll start out high. And obviously, we're always optimistic, but with the schedule that we have, I don't know what our record is going to be this year. So, we need to win those games for our opponent, being the only opponent, USCA opponents that we'll play. And non-conference, the other teams, Holy Family stands out. That's our home opener. They're a tremendous program. I believe they were 28-3 last year, 28-4, something around that. And they're one of the best teams in the country. And they had a lot of seniors last year, but they're a really strong program year in and year out, so they're going to be really tough for us too. So it's different for us, only having 6 non-conference games as opposed to the past few years, putting together a lot of non-conference games. But the conference schedule dominates our schedule, but again, the non-conference will be playing good teams as well.
All right. Well, we want to wish you the best of luck as you begin your season this weekend, Coach, and we'll look forward to chatting with you along the way.